Ford goes back in time once again to show its legacy of design and engineering. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us once again is Ford Heritage Brand Manager Ted Ryan. Hi, Ted.
Hey, Fred, it's great to be back on with you again.
Great to see you once again. And you're unveiling a new collection, the Ford Heritage Fleet. Give us the overview.
The overview is that internationally, around the world, Ford has about 500 vehicles that are part of the Heritage Fleet. Over the past year, we've worked to identify all the vehicles that are in America. They had never really been cataloged or organized before. So we found about 175 vehicles between some fabulous partners in marketing, Ford performance, design, and communications. And working with those different teams, we began a survey about a year ago going, what vehicles you have, what's there, what's not really known. And in that year, we've located and identified 175 vehicles that we've added to the global fleet.
And these are not vehicles owned by private collectors. These are part of Ford
The,
somewhere.
these are part of Ford somewhere, although a couple of these vehicles have actually been donated to Ford Motor Company. We have a 2000 battery electric Ranger that a fan of Ford donated a couple of years ago, and we have a 1938 ambulance that was part of the Belmar, New Jersey Safety Patrol that they donated a couple of years ago as well. But all of these vehicles are Ford Motor Company vehicles, and they're the ones that you would expect, the concept vehicles that were displayed at auto shows. Ford Performance has kept the different iterations and the pre-production units of the GT or the Mustang or the King of the Road. And then within the communications department, there's a couple of gems, including one of the ones I was really excited to find was the Mustang that was cut up and put on top of the Empire State Building in 2014 as part of the Mustang's 50th anniversary. That had been tucked away in a warehouse in Clinton, Michigan for the past 10 years. So I've been knocking on doors and found a lot of really cool cars.
So what's happening with this collection now?
The collection, where it's being pulled together, not to look back. Anybody could look back on 120 years, and we're not creating a museum. We're creating a living fleet that'll be used by our employees, our designers, our engineers, our communication specialists. We'll share them back with the different plants as they do their open houses. The fleet will be an active fleet that's used to help Ford design and look to the future.
And one of the headlines here is how learning from the past helps build a better future.
100%. When we did a preview yesterday for a few of our employees, and you should have heard the GT parts manager for Ford Performance talk about the importance of those GTs and those Mustangs and the experimentation and the Fox body Mustang that we have and how we study them and we learn them so that we can make our vehicles moving forward that much better. And that's why we keep this fleet. We're not a museum. We're a living, breathing fleet that brings Ford to life in a different way.
So is this going to be open to the public in any way or strictly an online thing? Tell me about it.
It won't be open to the public per se, but we'll have public activation. So Woodward Dream Cruise will be a little bit more interesting this year. And as our plants do their open houses, we'll have different vehicles that we can bring to them. One of my favorite stories is the first F-150 off the line at Dearborn Truck and the last Mustang off the line at Dearborn Assembly were both saved by that plant manager. And they've been on that property for 20 years. Well, now they've been cleaned up with a little spit and polish and tire back in the airs again. And now when they do their open house, we can bring these vehicles back to help celebrate with the employees at that plant.
I guess this really helps to show how vehicles evolve over time, and they really do, right?
100%. And when you see the PD collection or the images from the product development collection, the Ford Fairlane is in there. Well, the Ford Fairlane looks eerily similar to a Flex. And then we have the Atlas, which was the base of what became the all aluminum F-150, and two different Bronco concept cars, including the 2004 one that was with Rock Johnson. And all of those vehicles help us design and help us learn what we're going to, the great vehicles that Ford is going to build in the future.
Any other particular favorites here?
One of my favorites is got to be the three GTs that were 2004 model years or 2004 built, but for the 2005 return of the GT. They were originally in red, white, and blue. One of them is now in Gulf colors, but I hope to have it restored back to the blue. But those were significant because that was the return of Ford to the GT program, celebrating our great heritage of the victory over Ferrari in Le Mans in 1966.
I won't tell anybody, Ted, but do you get to drive any of these?
I haven't driven any of these yet, except for the ambulance. I drove the ambulance when we picked it up in New Jersey. I was one of the few people that could drive a stick that day, so I got to drive that one over to the truck.
Oh, that's terrific. So, is there a place people can go to learn more about this?
They can go to the Ford Heritage Vault. Thanks for reminding me that this amazing website that we have about 20,000 assets in now. And this month alone, we're getting our 10 millionth download. We don't have it all the way set up, but hopefully by our birthday on June 16th, we'll have a special search category called the Ford Heritage Vault, where you'll be able to see beauty shots, not just of the 175 vehicles that we have in America, but the 500 that are there worldwide.
Well, terrific, Ted. Congratulations to you and the team there for 100. How many years of work here?
Oh, I've been here seven, but Ford has more than 120 years
Right.
of fantastic heritage, and we're so excited to be able to celebrate the heritage fleet and to bring these things to life to help guide the company to the future.
Ted Ryan, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks again, Fred.